Well, Rugby League boss Peter V'landys has slammed the Codes Players Association, calling them selfish over threats to boycott the Dally M.
CEO of the Rugby League Players Association, Clint Newton, joins us now in Melbourne. Clint, good morning. Apart from being selfish, Peter V'landys says the RLPA wants conflicted conflict, wants power. Are you going to sit down with him and talk this out?
Yeah, you'll have to explain to me what conflicted conflict actually means. I'm not quite sure what that means. But again, I think, look, we're not going to get into a habit of trying to maliciously attack people and discredit them. We just want to get back to the table with Peter, with an IR mediator, and get on with it. And I think that can all solve the problem.
What conflicted? What that means is that essentially you're making stuff up as you go because you want the power, and he's been resolute in that.
Yeah, no, I think that what the NRL have developed is a bad habit of, creating and sometimes making up problems to steal attention away from the truth. And the reality is our claims haven't changed, Karl. I was on your show 3 weeks ago. They still remain. We just want to get back to the table with an industrial relations expert and just get on with it.
You met with the ACTU secretary yesterday. It's been called a bit of a power grab to meet with Sally. What was the point of that?
Well, I think that unions in this country have been the very backbone of society. I mean, they've fought for many workers and secured great rights for many of the people in this country. I think that what it was about was an opportunity to step into a space in which there were a lot of like-minded people. Why wouldn't we get the support of people that have been doing this on a daily basis? And I think we're really grateful for that. There was more than 40 leaders there across many different industries, and it was another opportunity to just mix with them, and it's great to get their support.
I think we know what you're up to. The Commission says they'll sit down with you at any point.
What's that, Karl?
What do you reckon?
Sharing ideas and getting an understanding of whether our claims are unreasonable.
All right. In terms of the Commission, will you sit down with them? Because, I mean, Billy Slater said it right the other day. I mean, it just needs to be resolved. And will you sit down with them in the coming
100%.
days?
Love to. Again, Peter was the one that walked away from negotiations 3 weeks ago. It's great that he stepped back to the table. That's fantastic. But one thing that you can't do is you can't dictate terms to our members. Ultimately, they're going to decide who represents them, which is what they do all the time. And ultimately, we do want an industrial relations mediator at the table with us to resolve it. That's what happens in disputes. I don't see what's so outrageous about these claims. So we just want to get on with it.
All right. The Dally M's are at risk here. You could have players going to the Dally M's and effectively not being able to accept an award publicly for what was an incredible job well done. Are you prepared to take it even further?
Well, I think we'll always be directed and guided by our players. I've said that repeatedly. The strength and the will of the players is always going to determine the action that they take. I mean, Jolly Messenger, what a stalwart for our game. I mean, he was all about player rights and women's rights, actually. I think that, again, we should talk less about the action that players are taking and more about the issues at hand. And the reality is that, we haven't had an ability, there's a truck just coming here.
It's a bit like the negotiations.
Reversing back to the negotiating table. Exactly. Reversing back to the negotiating table. It's a good analogy.
We'll let you go. Look, everyone just wants this sorted out, so let's hope that it happens in the coming days. Good on you, mate. Thank you.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my goodness, Karl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Karl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
That never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?